Hello, it's Oksana. I just wanted to make a quick little video about tea, just to talk about some of my new favorites, because if you've seen my previous videos, you know I love tea. I've done like a haul of teas, and I've mentioned things in my favorites videos in the past. I love tea. That's pretty much all I drink is tea and water. And I have some new favorites here that I discovered that I wanted to share with you. I had been drinking Republic of tea quite a bit because several years ago I learned about this chemical that I don't know how to pronounce, but it's like epichlorohydrin something, that is present in tea bags that when hot water is added to it, or I think just water in general, it creates a carcinogen. So that made me really, really nervous, and I don't always, I'm not always able to make loose tea, Sometimes having bag tea is just so much more convenient, and so I started looking for safer tea bags. So I found I had been using Republic of Tea, and I emailed them as well as pretty much like every brand that I had that I was drinking at the time, and they got back to me that they don't use anything, their tea bags are unbleached, da 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 da. So I was like, okay, and I kind of stuck with them and have been drinking pretty much exclusively that brand, as well as Traditional Medicinals. That's another brand that I really, really like, and highly recommend. Their teas are organic, their bags are not treated with anything bad. The problem with Traditional Medicinals is that if you are into like flavored tea, or you know, like drinking tea for enjoyment rather than medicinally, they don't have a lot of options. They mostly have different herbs and herbal mixtures, and so it, you know, unless you want to drink lots and lots of that herb, you're not really gonna get a lot of variety of teas to drink from them. So they do have a nice pregnancy tea that I drank when I was pregnant, and like a one for nursing mothers that I drank as well. So they do have quite a bit that I drank, but just not one that I really can stick to having every single day, because I like to have, I don't really like black tea, but I like to have like a green tea or a red tea or something with a little bit of flavor to it daily, since it's all I drink. And getting back to the Republic of Tea, so that one, they do have some organic options. Traditional Medicinals, I think most of their stuff is organic, if not everything. But Republic of Tea, most of their stuff actually is not organic, so you kind of have to look. And they're also really, really pricey. So I had been wanting to find an alternative for several reasons, because, you know, like I said, they're pricey, not all their stuff's organic. But also they use, in some of their teas, they use flavors and stuff. And even natural flavor isn't necessarily something that I want to drink a lot of, because it is still, it's extracted, you know, from something natural, but it's still a highly processed thing, you know. It's not like, oh, this tastes like strawberries because there's dried up strawberries in this tea. Like, no, we used chemicals and extracted flavor out of strawberries and then added that concentrated thing, you know. Not to say that some teas don't actually use dried up fruit, because they do, and I think that's wonderful, and that's kind of something that I wanted to find, is something like that that's just very, very pure, very natural. And I started looking. I should mention another brand. I should mention Yogi Tea, because that was another brand that I had been drinking. And when that whole thing, when I learned about that chemical in the tea bags a few years ago, I emailed Yogi Tea as well, and they told me that they did use it at the time. And recently I came across, I think it was Food Babe or somebody that had a post, and they talked about Yogi Tea not having it. And I was like, oh, maybe something has changed, because it's been a while. And I messaged them on Facebook, and they let me know that they don't have it. So that's great that they no longer use that chemical in their tea bags. And I was really excited, because they do have a lot of different options and some organic products as well. I haven't purchased any right now of the Yogi Tea, but that is something that I'm going to look at now when I go shopping for tea, to consider buying now. So The teas that I did buy recently has been this brand called Numi. Here are a couple of examples, oops, of some boxes from them. And I don't really like to drink black tea, but I did buy this. It's called Puree. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that somewhat correctly. And this is the chocolate flavor of that. And it is a fermented black tea. It sounded really interesting. It's like very healing, and the way that it's made and everything, like reading about it on the box just kind of made me want to try it. And basically what it is it has that tea, the black puree tea, and then it has cocoa powder, organic cocoa powder. It's all organic. Organic vanilla bean, organic rooibos, which is a red tea, cinnamon, orange peel, and nutmeg. So it's kind of a mix of different spices and cocoa or cacao, however you want to say that. And it tastes really, really good. I do get the chocolatey. I don't necessarily get a lot of these other herbs and spices, but I do get the chocolate. I can definitely tell that it's chocolatey. And it smells very nice as well. It smells very chocolatey as well. And I like that it's, you know, flavored with these kind of like raw, like actual things rather than some kind of flavorings. You know, there's no added flavors. These are actual, like, there's actual vanilla bean instead of, you know, some kind of extract or flavor. So I really like that, and I really like this tea. And I have been drinking this, and I wanted to show it to you. And then I have two more flavors that are actually, these two are my favorites. So this first one is their green rooibos. Here's what it looks like, and it just has organic green rooibos and honeybush. Yep. So this is really, really nice. I love rooibos tea. In terms of like the flavor, some of my favorite teas tend to be rooibos, and that's exactly what this next one is. So this is that green one that I just showed you, and this is just the regular red rooibos, and this is the chocolate flavored rooibos. So it's got organic cacao powder, obviously the rooibos, honeybush, and vanilla beans for the flavor, and this tastes really good as well. And something that I really like, let me show you. I'm not sure if this is something that they're switching to, or I don't really know why some of their bags are like this and some are not, but this one is different from the other two because here's the bag. So by the way, they don't have that chemical in the bags. I checked, you know, for safety of that. And then if you notice, it just has a string, and you kind of pull it out, and it's like glued or whatever. The string is like trapped in between the layers of this bag when this bag was pressed together. This is where the string is, and they don't use any kind of metal. Usually there's a little aluminum metallic little clip that holds the string to the bag in the other bags, as well as most other brands that I have seen. But I really like how this avoids using that, because I don't really love the idea of having aluminum floating around in my tea. So I like that. I hope this is something new that they are switching to. They also have a lot of really funky flavors that I haven't tried that are like cabbage and beet, or like tomato something. Those a little bit too what's that word, too risky for me, but they do have some really crazy flavors as well if you are into that. And then another brand, and their tea bags are safe as well, I checked. It's called Tulsi. Actually, Tulsi is the name of the tea. This brand is called Organic India, and Tulsi is holy basil. This is a herbal tea, and I really like the way this tastes. It is kind of herbally, and it's definitely unique. So you just kind of have to try it to decide whether it's something you like or not. But what is in here is just an organic blend of leaf and flower of holy basil, which is also known as Tulsi. And what interested me in this is it talks about how healing it is, and you know, all these things, reduces stress, supports immune system, it's abundant in antioxidants, on the back. And I was like, well, this sounds wonderful, you know, because I drink tea because I enjoy drinking tea rather than water, having some flavor when I have something to drink, but it's also great if it's doing something good and healthy for me. And so I'm glad I really like the flavor of this, and I will continue to drink this. This is caffeine free, by the way, as I think is everything except for the black tea. I think the other ones are all, like the rooibos is caffeine free. Rooibos tea does not have caffeine in it. So another thing that I really like, and I have the, I think they have quite a few blends of this Tulsi tea that I was reading through, and they all sounded really nice, but I decided to try just the very basic original one first. So really enjoying all of that. Just wanted to let you know and tell you about some really nice and safe and good healthy options when it comes to tea. If you are a tea drinker, I can't talk today. If you are a tea drinker like myself. So hopefully you enjoyed watching this video. Thank you so much, and I will see you next time. Bye.